Pope Francis is wrong about pets, looking after them can make us better people. Ricky Gervais once said, "It's the closest I get to spirituality, just watching a dog." Pope Francis, whom we can assume is closer to godliness than our Ricky, is not so sure. In his latest Catechism, the Pontiff suggests that the modern world has its priorities wrong and that we are passing up the opportunity to have children in favor of owning a pet. He wants us to have, or adopt, children rather than have a cat or a dog. How many children in the world are waiting for someone to take care of them, asked the Pope. But the same could be said for dogs, and we know which is guaranteed to give you a nice welcome when you get home. To stay up to date with latest top stories, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above this video. Pope Francis doesn't mince his words. Today, there is a certain selfishness, he said, addressing falling birth rates in the developed world, and, while I am not a Catholic, I happen to think that he speaks a good deal of sense for believers and non-believers alike. However, his treatise on couples who decide to remain childless is fundamentally flawed, and by saying that choosing a pet over having a child takes away our humanity, he reveals himself merely as someone who's never thrown a ball for a dog. I don't mind his calling me selfish. I undoubtedly am, by any judgment of the scriptures, and lavishing paternal love on my dog. He's a lockdown puppy with the trademark plaintive expression of a dachshund, is something of which I'm definitely guilty. I even call myself his father, and we often have conversations in which I pass on pieces of advice or give him the benefit of my experience on the important issues of his selfhood, like the value of barking at the postman. In common with most pet owners, I couldn't be more involved in his life or more protective of him if he actually were a child. More from opinion. The Pope contends, however, that this might make us worse people. I'd say the opposite is true. I think we understand how to be more selfless, caring, and responsible from having a pet. We get lessons in unconditional love and loyalty. We appreciate the value of company. We learn how to live in the present by appreciating the pleasure of small things, like the wag of a tail or an impromptu purr. We discover humility. It's hard to feel superior when you're picking up poo. And, most importantly, we learn about life, love and loss, and how to grieve. All this, I'd hope, improves us as people. Since my dachshund, named Leonard by the readers of this newspaper, entered my life in the early stages of lockdown, my day-to-day existence has been enriched in so many ways, and I'd like to think I have become a better citizen as a result. I've had so many interesting exchanges with total strangers, I've become more aware of the natural world, and I have embraced the responsibility of a living creature relying on me for his very existence. Gervais is right. Owning a dog is nothing short of a spiritual experience. It makes us better. It's hard to meet a person who's kind to dogs, who's not kind to humans. And ask yourself this: how much more of a rounded person would the Pope look if he turned up on the balcony with a puppy in tow?